The air hung heavy with the smell of instant noodles. Tyressa Parker stirred the pot wearily. It was dinner again. Her apartment, small and sparsely furnished, reflected her struggles. She lost her job at the diner weeks ago. The tips had barely covered their rent. Now, even those were gone. Her daughter Lily, 8 years old with eyes full of innocent curiosity, watched her. "Mommy, will we have enough for cookies after dinner?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. Tyressa's heart ached. "Not tonight, sweetie," she said, forcing a smile. "But maybe we can bake some this weekend." Empty promises. The reality of their situation was a heavy weight on Tyressa's shoulders. The eviction notice was a constant reminder. She had pawned almost everything of value. Only $200 remained, tucked away in an old cookie tin, her last resort. Despair threatened to consume her, but looking at Lily, her daughter's hopeful eyes cutting through her worries, ignited a fire in Tyressa. She had to fight. She had to find a way out of this hole, for Lily. Sleep was a luxury Tyressa couldn't afford. As she lay awake, her mind raced, desperately searching for a solution. A memory flickered. Her father, his face creased with a mischievous grin, holding a deck of cards. Blackjack. He loved the game. He used to say, "Blackjack is a game of skill, Ty. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em." He'd wink, shuffling the cards with a practiced hand. He'd win some, lose some, but always played with a glint in his eye. Could this be the answer? The thought was terrifying and exhilarating. Gambling was risky. She'd always stayed away, knowing the dangers. But desperation can make you reconsider everything. The $200 in the cookie tin felt heavy, a potential lifeline. Tyressa's heart pounded. Could she do this? Could she really walk into a casino, a world she knew nothing about, and risk everything? The answer was a resounding yes. She had to. For Lily, failure was not an option. The Golden Nugget Casino was a world away from Tyressa's reality. Bright lights, the whirring of slot machines, the murmurs of anticipation, it was overwhelming. Her hands trembled as she clutched the cookie tin tighter. She felt out of place. Taking a deep breath, Tyressa reminded herself why she was here. For Lily, for their future. She found the blackjack tables. The green felt both inviting and intimidating. The dealer, a woman with sharp eyes and a bored expression, barely looked at her. With a lump in her throat, Tyressa took a seat at the table. Her heart hammered against her ribs. Doubts swirled in her mind. Was she making a terrible mistake? But then, she looked at the worn picture of her father tucked in her purse, his smile a beacon of hope, and she knew she had to try. Section 4. Learning the ropes. The rules of blackjack were simple enough. Get closer to 21 than the dealer without going over. But as the game began, Tyressa realized there was more to it. Reading the cards, calculating probabilities, understanding the odds. It was a crash course in strategy and risk. She started cautiously, placing small bets, observing other players, trying to decipher the rhythm of the game. She listened intently as a seasoned gambler next to her, a kindly old lady with a lucky charm dangling from her wrist, offered advice. "Don't chase your losses, honey," the lady whispered, "and trust your gut. Sometimes it's better to walk away." Tyressa absorbed every word, trying to apply them to her own game. The fear was still there, but it was slowly being replaced by a thrilling sense of purpose. She was learning, she was adapting, she was playing to win. Section 5. The thrill of the game. Each hand was a whirlwind of emotions. The anticipation of the deal, the quick calculations, the hope with every card revealed. Tyressa rode the wave, her focus sharpening with each round. She experienced both the agony of a lost hand and the exhilaration of a winning streak. One hand in particular stood out. Tyressa was dealt a queen and a jack, a natural blackjack. Her heart leaped, but the dealer's up card was an ace. She held her breath as the dealer slowly revealed their down card. A 6. Relief washed over her. She had won. The thrill of that victory, the feeling of beating the odds fueled her determination. She was no longer just playing to survive. She was playing to win, to create a better life for Lily. The casino, once a symbol of fear, now represented a fighting chance. Section 6. Victory's sweet taste. Hours melted away. Tyressa lost track of time, completely absorbed in the game. Her initial $200 dwindled, then climbed, then dipped again. The pressure was immense, but she refused to crack. She played strategically, remembering her father's words, trusting her instincts. Finally, after what felt like a lifetime, Tyressa looked down at her chips. She had done it. She had turned that initial $200 into $500. Relief washed over her in a tidal wave. She had faced her fears and emerged victorious. For the first time in weeks, Tyressa allowed herself to hope. This wasn't just about the money, though it would certainly help. It was about resilience, about finding strength she didn't know she had. It was about proving to herself and to Lily that they could overcome anything. Section 7. A new beginning. Leaving the casino, the neon lights no longer seemed so daunting. The weight on Tyressa's shoulders felt lighter, replaced by a newfound confidence. She had faced her fears and come out stronger. This was just the beginning. She knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but with each card played, Tyressa had discovered a strength she never knew she possessed. It was the strength of a mother's love, the unwavering determination to create a better future for her daughter. And as she walked towards her daughter, the image of her father's smiling face etched in her mind, Tyressa knew she would do whatever it took. She was no longer just Tyressa Parker, struggling single mother. She was a fighter. She was a survivor. She was the queen of blackjack, and her winning streak had just begun.